Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini DC Injustice 2 Green Lantern 1/18 scale action figure. This is the box it comes in. It has a large window display with showing the figure and accessories. On the top right of the packaging, we have a choking hazard for warning for any children under the age of 3. These are actually marketed for adult collectors starting around the age 15 or older. The bottom left has a picture of the action figure and the nameplate of DC Injustice 2, the Green Lantern. On the bottom right, we do have Hiya Toys logo. The top, the bottom, and each side, this basically says the same thing. We have DC Injustice 2. And on top has the Green Lantern. The back of the packaging, we have the DC Injustice 2 Green Lantern at the top. Exquisite Mini is a new standard setting series for 1/18 scale featuring super articulation action figures on the Hiya Toys. Now it's either Hiya Toys or Hiya Toys. I've heard two different pronunciations, so it's whatever you like, however you want to pronounce it, but we're going to go with Hiya Toys. We have a social media accounts for Twitter and Facebook. We have company information. We have UPC here. We do have the Warner Brothers information here. We have two product shots here of the character or the actual action figure. And there's those warnings again and the age recommendations. My box is kind of dented there. Let's start and take a look at the figure outside the box. Just slide off the clamshell. There's a backing of Daily Planet, pretty beat down. Makes for a nice display piece if you decide to get rid of your box. Here's what the figure looks like inside the clamshell. You just need to separate it and have access to your stuff. First, we'll take a look at the figure. Like I said, this is done in a 1/18 scale. He's probably more in the 4-inch size. This design is directly from the Injustice 2 video game. It's a very nice looking figure. I love the shaded green. Has a very nice head sculpt. He has his Green Lantern logo there on his chest. We have a couple different shades of green to bring out the detailing the figure, with a very flat black underneath. That's pretty much the color pattern throughout the figure. So you can see. Very nice. I did have to go ahead and did a pre-examination of the figure's joints. They were kind of stiff. I need to heat them before we can get through this review. The knees are probably going to be the most difficult for this figure, and it seems to be a common issue with the Injustice line. They seem to be thinner joints than their other offerings. So we'll get through the articulation the best that we can. So his head is on a ball joint. It will rotate 360. He can look down. He can look up. And he can look side to side. So the articulation neck works very well. These two shoulder pads are rubber. Now the arms are on a ball joint. They do rotate 360. But you kind of got to bring them out a little bit to get past those rubber shoulder pads. Now unfortunately, his arms do not go down any farther than that. Like, you cannot put his arms down this side. You can see the small joint here. It does hit the side of his chest. But you can bring the arms up to where it meets the shoulder pads like that, like so. He does have bendable elbows, but unfortunately, that's the only range you can get. Doesn't even get you 90. His hands are on a ball joint. They will rotate 360. He does have a waist swivel. You can rotate it 360 if you like. He has these balls right here that lets him bring his legs up into almost a sitting position, but that's about all you're going to get because this part hits the crotch piece. So he doesn't sit very well. He does have thigh rotation here, right there and there. He does have double jointed knees, but they're very, very delicate. So we're trying to give somewhat of an idea, but it's just they don't want to, after about 10 minutes of heating, it's still not getting much, and then you don't want to break them. But you can see they are double jointed. His feet do rotate 360, and there is a small joint in there. It looks like it was meant to be pivot down, but cannot get it without excess force, and I'm not going to do that at risk of damaging our figure. So that is the articulation for the Green Lantern. Overall, it's a nice figure. There is definitely some issues with the articulation. More or less like the range. But overall, it's a nice display piece. Just handle this figure with care. That way you don't break his joints, because unfortunately you do not get any replacement joints. So let's take a look at some of the accessories. We do have a figure stand. It is the same stand you get with all the Injustice 2 characters. With the black and the like a metallic metallic purple. Very nice. They do have the same features as the Predator and Colonial Marines. You can connect all your stands together through the actual each of those eye brackets, whatever you want to call them. So that's what you get to get two of those. You just simply go like so. You do get some other accessories. You get an extra set of hands. You get a gripping hand and another punching hand. Oh no, that's a gripping hand. You can't get the light to go through. These hands are very small. They're so hard to hold on to. So you get two gripping hands to replace the fisted hand. And if you didn't notice, and I didn't bring it up, he does have his ring on his right hand. Let's see if he has his ring. Oh, they didn't put it on this hand. But it's on this one. So they have it on both of his right hands. He does come with this very cool translucent neon green minigun. Very cool. He has some very nice sculpting work. He has some a belt of shells here. We have a wire here going from the bottom to the back of the gun. There's a handle here. There's a handle right here so we can pose it. But you will have to swap out his hands to go ahead and put this in his hand. This is a pretty cool accessory. This design. And probably my favorite accessory comes with, he has his Green Lantern. I think this is one of the nicest accessories I've seen. Yes, there's a lot of paint on this little guy. You have the 2 shades of green. We have some silver. We have an emblem there in the middle. Silver there on the bottom. The handle silver. We have some green in the middle of the handle there. Right in there. The back also has the same emblem in the center. And the silver throughout. That is really cool. So you swapped out his hands. He actually can hold his lantern. I'm not sure how well these things come out. Oh, it's not too bad. Let's see if we can get his hand on. As you can see, when you swap those out, they're just little clear joints. And it looks like it's not going to go on without some work. Looks like it's going to have to get heated. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you how he holds his figures, because it will take a little bit for me to get that hand to go on. But I'm sure you can picture that pretty good. You know, just holds his lantern. It looks really good with it. If you want to see a couple comparisons and for sizes for this figure, see what I have sitting around here. For John Wick, which is Marauder Task Force. That's how it scales. I still have my Mando sitting around here. Actually, a little bit taller than Mando. I have Ultimate Storm Shadow sitting here. So that's how it compares us to G.I. Joe, Star Wars, and the Marauder Task Force line. Retail costs for these things are, you know, initial retail price was $19.99. I've seen them up to $24.99. It's more now of a common price for these. Of course, you can pay any price on eBay or Amazon, but that was the pretty much the going price between $19.99 and $24.99. And so that's what you expect to pay for a reasonable price for this. Any more than that, then it's just getting excessive. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed a look at the Hot Toys Injustice 2 Green Lantern figure. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I recommend it. It's what you expect. I know on the packaging it says it's a standard setting. No, it's no standard setting. But I think it's still a decent figure. You could, you could play with it once you got it and joints heated, and it's a nice figure piece. It's nice to sculpt, nice paint. So yeah, it's up to you. So hopefully guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I want to wish you guys happy hunting, and all your hunts out looking for collectibles, and regardless of what it is. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next review.